we decided to draw some Stephen King stuff.
Yeah. Keeping it spooky.
What did you draw and why?
I drew the Langoliers. Or I drew a version of the Langoliers. Because it is underappreciated short story and a pretty corny, like, I forget if it was a movie or like a miniseries.
I think it was a miniseries. I could
maybe.
It's been a long time.
It had the guy from Quantum Leap.
It had a lot of people.
Yeah, but yeah, they're just basically mouths that just eat everything, and in that they were the CG was real bad. So yeah, the CG was real bad in the thing that they're in, and I wanted to draw them. I had this idea of making them like non-Euclidean, like they're just these balls of flesh, and like a mouth rips open, and there's teeth inside, and then it takes a bite of something, and the mouth goes away, and it just like rips another mouth somewhere else. So the mouth is constantly changing where it is, and it's always eating.
It makes me wish we did like vinyl toys.
Yeah.
Because I would have this on my desk.
Oh yeah, you'd love it.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have one of those on your desk. What do you call this guy?
What Rob is holding is a thing from Ariel Monsters that's just an eyeball, and then it flips inside out to be this gross thing.
You get all the toys.
I realized that he just picked a thing up, and so you can see what he's holding, and you can't.
It's visual gag.
So
yes.
More teeth means more better.
I'm very happy with how the teeth came out. I tried to make them layered like shark's teeth and have the mouths have like other smaller teeth coming up.
Yeah, we just succeeded.
From the inside, so.
I like the shape of them, like the bumpiness.
Yeah, definitely based them on some shark teeth. I actually looked at some predator teeth, and a lot of them have like little ridges on them too. Mm-hmm. So I was doing tooth textures. I tried to do stuff like that.
You succeeded. Is there a reason that you picked this particular story? Is there like something in the story itself or the miniseries or whatever it was, something that stood out to you?
I mean, the miniseries is corny. It's a classic Stephen King miniseries where like the third act just goes nuts.
Because I remember the characters more than the story itself, and I think it's a very character-driven story.
Yeah, well, in most of the story, like, the Langoliers are mentioned in the first act as this looming danger, and he goes, puh.
Yeah.
And then at the end they show up, like...
Right.
So, I don't know, it's just, you said we're drawing Stephen King, and, like, what pops in, it's because I'm a contrarian, it's just like, okay, what Stephen King media is not good, because, like, everyone's drawn it.
Yes.
Pennywise... And so I had to pick something.
You thought about Christine.
I thought about Christine, but drawing cars is bullshit.
Yeah.
There's other Stephen King media that is not as well known. He did a story about people who basically drown in a storm of frogs.
Yeah.
And I decided I didn't want to draw that because no one knows that short story.
That's fair.
So I like the Langoliers. I have a lot of nostalgia towards Stephen King books because I was reading them. From a very young age.
Too young.
I think I read it in 4th grade.
Yeah, probably. He's properly bumpy. He's gnarly. This should not be gendered.
Show the flesh kind of peeling.
No, this is horrible. In the best of ways.
Came out really good. Like it's very rare when I'm drawing that at every point of the process I go, okay, this is what it was in my head.
Yeah.
But I matched it really well. So, very, very happy, very proud.
And you went with flesh, like human
Yeah,
skin.
I tried to give it still make it like fleshy.
Because it could have been gray, could have been green. You went human. Is there the reason you went human?
Well, I think it's just to get that uncanny valley, like to make it closer to something that you would expect to see in people. So it's more disappointing that it's not human because it's got mouths and teeth, but.
And no eyes. All it knows is eat.
Yep, just eats.
All it knows is consume. I do like the tiny little teeth on the inside of the mouth.
Yeah.
They're just sort of uncomfortable in a wonderful way. The inside of the mouth changes.
The inside of the mouth, I'm happy with how I do the inside of the mouth. I do a thing.
You do a thing.
We'll wait for it to be, but yeah, I'm just doing a little, just getting the base colors in. Just getting the base colors. And what I should have done was I should have done another layer for the teeth. And just put it behind the color layer that I first did. and then I wouldn't have to individually color the teeth. But no, I individually colored the teeth.
You did it, though. You got it.
I did. All the teeth are individually colored. No one could say I didn't do it.
You don't have a lot of layers, but you never have a lot of layers.
I decided to make the teeth a little lighter.
You're not a big layer guy.
I could work smarter, not harder, if I did more with layers.
Yeah, but it's hard to get used to. But you work well with not a lot of layers. I do think it would be easier if you used more layers. Because I work, I was going to say backwards, not really backwards, but behind. I draw a thing and then I draw behind that thing and behind and behind.
I could have just selected everything that's not it, then inversed it, and then just drop fill.
Yeah.
And the teeth could have been done like that.
There are ways.
But I individually colored each tooth.
I love the shapes of them.
Yeah.
They look properly sharp.
No, this is where I'm adding all the lines to the teeth to make them properly textured.
No, it's so good.
It really added to.
I think you should make this in clay. You should just build one.
Maybe. I'll look at those teeth.
It would need some kind of a stand.
Well, of course. Maybe it'd be biting something, so it looks natural.
Could also be like an ornament.
Could be.
Like it attaches via biting.
There's a lot of empty space in the middle of the body there that I just wanted to do something with. So I think I fixed it with shading though. But yeah, I did that with the mouth. I figured the mouth's just kind of like empty. After the teeth, it's just a void. Mm-hmm. It doesn't you can't pop from one mouth to the other. Like, no matter where you go in, you're done. And I got adding the shading. And you really helped me with this, because I had to figure out exactly how far to push the shadows.
And I blend. I overblend, so I do the opposite, because you don't like to blend. So I pushed you to blend.
I'm fine with blending, I just wasn't sure.
Blend.
I wasn't sure if it would get the end result that I wanted. And then I merged it all, I made 2 of them, and I put another...
Little spinny boys.
Yeah. And then I found the puppet warp tool, so I could make them different. Mm-hmm. The story takes place at a airport, so I tried to make something that looked a little bit like a runway, but I didn't spend too much time on it. I had a whole bunch of the background eaten out with the void, showing that the Langoliers have already eaten a lot of stuff, and then they're just,
Yeah. No, you made them properly creepy.
Yeah.
Properly horrifying. There's no reasoning with these guys.
And then just adjusted the colors so that there's like a depth to them, and there you go.
Langoliers.
Very happy with how the Langoliers turned out. Just balls of teeth.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I just called mine prom night. So Carrie holds a near and dear spot in my heart.
Tell me why.
I think for the same reason that Matilda does. The idea that, like, you know, someone could be so set upon and so abused by their family and just have so much going on and be so alone, and then they can just snap and kill everybody, or, you know,
they are the same story with different support systems.
Yeah, you know, Carrie has, like, the gym teacher, but gym teacher wasn't doing enough. Gym teacher had to be more of a Miss Honey, and she just wasn't. But Matilda was also younger.
There's also the survivor was the popular girl that was displaced because her boyfriend was the one asking out Carrie.
Well, she was the one she told him to do it.
Yeah.
But he accepted. He wasn't, like, an ass about it.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if he survived, because I guess the place burned down, but he only took a paint can to the head, so he should be fine.
I don't know, and different people survive in the book versus the movie versus the remake. Like that.
Well, there's a sequel remake, and then there's a remake.
Yeah. What was her name? Sue? I think her name was Sue.
The hat girl?
Hmm?
The girl with the hat? It was one that wore a baseball hat.
No, the popular girl.
Oh.
Who was, like, who felt sorry for Carrie and was trying to, like, help her.
We can say Sue.
Because she always survives. I think she's the one character who always survives. But, yeah. I was trying to remember.
That sounds so good.
Thank you. I was trying to remember if her dress was white or pink, and I made you look it up for me. I was like, I'm drawing. Help me.
I was like, it's pink. And you came over to be like, prove it.
I did. I had to know which pink.
You asked me, and then you didn't believe me.
I had to know which pink. But also, I wanted her dress to be long enough that, like, feasibly her legs could be down there somewhere, her feet.
Yeah.
I wanted her to be floating, because there's a specific visual from Jennifer's body where she's just kind of floating around on the pool, and I wanted her to be very Jennifer's body in that way. Though I don't think she and Jennifer would have gotten along.
No.
No, she and Needy might have gotten along.
Yeah.
But,
Pre-post dump.
yeah.
Blood off, blood on.
And,
Why you draw me like this?
Yeah, just had to focus her eyes a little bit more on the viewer.
I think this is where I walked in the room and went, oh, nice.
Yeah, and she was going to be twitching a little bit, and then I decided that no, it should just be blank stare.
Yeah.
She wound up a little bit, like the old Tim Burton poems that he illustrated. Like Oyster Boy and...
A little bit. It's a very lovely, sketchy style.
Thank you. It was going to be just the sketch. When I initially did it, I was like, okay, this is what I'm using to just lay down where I want things. And then I went, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is what it's going to look like. This is me just placing where the blood's going to be, because I had to think about how to actually do the blood, which shouldn't be a problem for me since I did a comic about a serial killer for 13 years. But it was a problem, because it's been a while. So, I had to think about it.
Blood, blood, blood.
Blood, blood, blood. I used so many different brushes.
You did a good job experimenting with brushes, though.
I've been trying, because I have so many, and a lot of them are not in English, and I have to just kind of play with them to figure out what's what. But I love my Clip Studio paintbrushes.
Yeah, you're having a lot of fun.
I am, because it's such a fun program to use. And I did eventually remember how I like doing blood, which involves a lot of holes. I don't have no other...
It makes it properly goopy.
Yeah, I have no other explanation other than it has a lot of holes. And then at some point I realized there's a brush I would rather be using for the drips. There we go. So, yeah, this changes a few different times as I kind of simplify and redraw and...
I like it, though.
Make it goopy and drippy. And...
Blood splatter. Looks good.
Because I like the idea that the blood's been, like, sitting around for a bit.
It's starting to get sticky.
Yeah, because it's not the freshest blood when they get it.
No, they get it the night before. You can't rush those things. Gotta make sure you have your pig's blood way before prom, otherwise all the stores are sold out.
Yeah. So, this is goopy. Goopy and runny. More blood. More blood for the blood gods.
Scab up the bottom.
Mm-hmm. This is before I realized that I accidentally colored in the crown. But I'll figure that out later, eventually. Right now it kind of looks like her hair is poofing out, but yeah. I figured it out. It's a tiara.
Yeah. It looks so good.
Thank you. And at first I thought, oh, she's too small on the picture, but given where I wanted the rest of this background to be, she kind of has to be, like, claustrophobic, surrounded by everything else. With the fire and the blood and very primary colors.
Yes. Oh, God. It looks so good.
Thank you. Initially I was going to do the background just being the stage, where it was blue and it had the big silver stars, and then I decided fire is more interesting. So it's fire instead of the stars.
I like that.
I had fun with
this.
Like,
you can just imagine the chaos that's in front of her.
Yeah. And this is also, like, 3 different brushes. Just playing with what they can do. I figured out, finally, how to make it reverse the colors it's using.
Gotta have the proper shadow.
Yeah. Why did I go so far away?
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Why am I so far away?
Because you gotta see how it impacts from the whole thing.
I zoomed out. Too far. There.
So, yeah, there you go. There's some shapes.
And I had to call you over and be like, tell me if the colors make sense. Tell me if that's
Help
good.
me with colors.
Yeah, because I didn't want to drown her out.
And I gave you my opinion. And you were like, have different opinion, please.
No. I took your advice.
I was phrasing it in a way that I could have been more...
I didn't know what you were saying. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? But I got it eventually. As you'll see. So you get to see me mess with the backgrounds.
And again, every stage of this is just looked wonderful. You could have stopped at the sketch; it would have looked great. Yeah, the blood to her looks great. Yeah, and the fire looks great. Oh, so
this one is definitely going
a
to be
triumph.
Thank you. This one's definitely going to be a print.
100%. This should be a print. This should be a sticker too.
Should. The I can also isolate her. She could just be separate from the background.
Oh yeah, I was going to say her die cut. If
Yeah.
more people knew the Langoliers, then mine could be a thing. But
Yours could be a desktop background though, like
could
on
be.
Patreon.
yeah,
I
100%.
might steal it for that.
So if you like Langolier backgrounds, time to join our Patreon.
Yeah. I wanted, because you were right that there should be darkness behind her, so I wanted to do it in terms of like it's her own fire, it's her own flame behind
Yeah.
her.
She's got this aura going. Oh, it
Yeah.
looks so good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, we like Stephen King stories.
Read some Stephen King. It's spooky time. Rock
Yeah.
on.
Rock on.